G'day everyone. Good quality water is important if you want to grow healthy carnivorous plants. One tool that I use to test the quality of the water that I'm using is this TDS meter. So in this video I'll teach you not only how to use a TDS meter, but how to help you get the most out of the water that you're using. So if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more up-to-date seasonal videos about carnivorous plants, and don't forget to click the bell icon to receive notifications of my new videos. So this is the TDS meter that I use to test the quality of the water for my carnivorous plants. So you'll notice in here on the top it says TDS. TDS stands for total dissolved salts. So an example of total dissolved salts are things like phosphates, fluoride, chloride. They're all examples of total dissolved salts that are found in rain or tap water, for example. Okay, as a general rule, the lower the TDS reading, the better it is for your carnivorous plants. Now, TDS is measured in parts per million. So, as a general rule, carnivorous plants can tolerate a ppm reading of 50 or less. So, if you have it within that parameter, that water should still be okay for your carnivorous plants. Now, this particular brand is HM Digital. You'll notice at the end it's got a cap here that you take off, and you'll notice at the end it's got there's two electrodes there. They're the two electrodes that you have to put into the water before you can get an accurate reading. You'll notice here it says 0 ppm. So here in front of me I've got tap water. So to test out the reading of this water, I'm going to submerge those two electrodes. I've noticed straight away that the reading's going up. It has now stabilized, so now's a good time for me to press the hold key. You'll notice there that it says 114 parts per million. That's quite a high reading. That was a reading that I was expecting with tap water, because I know it does have a lot of total dissolved salts. So I'll put that aside. Next is some rainwater. This water's come out of my rainwater tank. So we're just going to clear that first. Again, we're going to be submersing those two electrodes into the water. The reading's going up. It has now stabilized. I'm going to press the hold key. You'll notice there it says 13 parts per million. Nowhere near as high as the tap water, but very well below the 50 parts per million, which is acceptable for use on carnivorous plants. We'll put that aside. Now, my last sample of water has come from my reverse osmosis filtered water. So we're going to clear that. We'll put those two electrodes into the water. That's stabilized. We'll press the hold key. And that's got 1 part per million. Reverse osmosis filtered water is pretty much like distilled water. All those total dissolved salts are filtered out, and you end up with pure water pretty much. And that very low reading reflects that in this TDS reading. So now you have an idea of what a TDS meter is and how to actually use it. It really is great if you want to confirm the quality of your water that you have at home. Not only does it give you a confirmation through the ppm reading, but it also gives you the confidence knowing that, hey, my plants are being well looked after because I'm using good quality water. Now, a TDS meter will also help you get the most out of the limited amount of water that you have. If you have a limited amount of rainwater, for example, what you can do, you can mix some tap water with that rainwater. So long as the ppm reading is 50 or less, you then know that it's still acceptable for use on your carnivorous plants. If you have any questions about this meter, on how to use it or anything else, please contact me. I'll be really happy to help you out. So till then, happy growing.